Welcome back to abcnews.com's Top Line. We're joined now by Jonathan Martin from Politico.com.
You guys?
Jonathan, let's start with the announcement today about missile defense. This seemed to get everyone off guard. There weren't any hints out of the White House that this was coming down. It broke initially overseas, I think, out of the Czech Republic.
Because the president called him, overnight
right.
to give him a heads up, and not the heads up that he certainly wanted out to go.
And it seems like it's left the White House a bit on the defensive in the early hours of this.
They had to scramble today to put the president out there. There was an email update that sort of went out saying the president will now address reporters. When you see those kind of updates to the schedule, you know things are not going as planned. There's a reason why they scramble is the word that comes to mind, guys. Yeah. Scramble is the word.
And of course, Defense Secretary Gates will be interesting to watch today. He spoke to reporters a little earlier just because, of course, serving in the Bush administration with one policy and now this one with a different policy on this topic. It'll be interesting to watch that. Let me turn your attention to this issue of race that has been sort of dominating this week in sort of bubbling up there. You heard Robert Gibbs yesterday sort of totally disagree with Jimmy Carter, who obviously helped push this out in front by his comments.
He sure did.
It is clear that the White House doesn't want to talk about this at all. They clearly see no political gain in it. Does it just go away because they don't want to talk about it?
It depends. Who are the other prominent Democrats who are going to speak up? Are there other incidents that are going to arise here that will bring the issue back to the fore? I mean, we'll see what happens here in the days ahead. And I think by not commenting on it, they certainly douse some water on the fire, but you just don't know what's going to happen if more Democrats come out publicly. For example, if a John Lewis, somebody who was identified with the civil rights movement, was to make a public statement, that could bring it back up. We just don't know what's going to happen here in the days and weeks ahead. But this was probably a matter of time. First black president in America, numbers falling, stiff opposition, some of that opposition sort of going to more extreme voices, extreme lengths. This was probably going to and then ultimately we'll end up with a speech. Although they're saying we may well. It just depends where it goes from here, certainly.
On healthcare,
yes, sir.
The Gang of Six is now the Gang of One, apparently, with Max Baucus out there by himself yesterday, introducing the long-awaited proposal. The White House is talking about the fact that this is moving the ball forward. There's some momentum here behind it, but that image of Max Baucus by himself offering up a bill, it doesn't seem to be helpful.
You can see the cartoons coming this weekend of the lone cowboy from Montana, right? They're riding the horse. You talked to Greg just now. He's coming from the right. It's not good enough for him. Rick, you mentioned the fact that, well, lots of liberals don't like it either. But this is one of those bills where it's going to be a challenge to get, I think, the extremists from either side. But if they can get 51 senators, that's all that matters. And again, it comes back to the question.
Wait, let me pause you there. Let me pause you there 1 second. 51 means you assume reconciliation, this process that they are going to use to change the rules in the Senate. Is that your assumption at this point?
It is.
Okay. I just want to.
Where are the 60 coming from? I think it's tough to see. And it comes back to the point, Rick, that you made today in the note, and that is, do those liberals in the House sort of walk the walk and actually oppose some kind of a reform bill, but also, when does the president speak out about the Baucus bill? What's he going to say about it? Is he going to sort of give it an endorsement here as it goes along? We'll see.
It forces the issue, and also it's now clear. It seems to me clear. We heard from Senator Gregg, and we've heard from other Republicans. You're not going to get Republicans. Period. The end.
If you couldn't get Snow.
Right.
Maybe
she'll get there eventually.
Maybe a Voinovich in the end on the floor because he's retiring, but it's just tough to see any of them coming over.
So if this is the ground plan now that the president works from, and he calls Rockefeller and he calls Wyden, he's going to have to call one of these senators and change the Baucus bill for each one of these folks until he gets them all on board. He's going to be, the negotiator here now.
Which is why 60 probably is impossible.
But he'll be out there this weekend and on all of the shows. You think he'll be stepping on his own message? Not just one talk show. He's going to be everywhere.
Well, I'm sure all those networks will be doing their darndest to make news.
We want something that no one else does. Exactly.
So we'll see if on one of those networks he actually speaks up. So the clip that's played over and over again has your little logo down the corner of the screen.
We never think about those things. And then Letterman on Monday to cap it all off.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Politico's Jonathan Martin. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That does it for this edition of Top Line. Be sure to click us on again tomorrow.
It's twitter.com/the note. Keep that conversation going, and thanks.
Do you buy that whole overexposed argument that he's doing?
It set off a huge back and forth online. The Madden comments and Jake's story. I don't know. There are some smart Republicans who think that he's